Shalom and welcome to Set Apart and Season with Amari. Today we are back with another amazing dish. This is a side dish. These are Southern style collard greens, and guess what? They are made without any meat. You heard right, no meat. So let's get into this delicious recipe. And I hope that you guys love it and you're able to add it to your recipes. So, first things first, on our sharpened list, we need some organic collard greens, organic bell pepper, some onion, some garlic, some not chicken bouillon cubes, some spices of your choice, sea salt, and I don't have it on here, but we need some olive oil, a little water, and yeah, we'll get into the different spices that I usually choose that elevate this dish and make it taste so amazing without needing any meat. All right, so first things first, I start by removing the stems from our collard greens. This is something that I did as a little girl with my family, and now I can pass this tradition down to my little one. But yeah, just taking the stems out. Sometimes I'll leave a few stems, but for the most part, we remove those big chunky stems and we get these greens ready and washed for our meal. All right. So the next thing is cutting these greens, right? So I layer them probably about five or six of the leaves at a time and roll them up and then just cut them in strips. So you'll see how I do it here. Just roll it up and then I take a good knife and cut them into strips. And then once I have all them chopped up, I go in with a good wash. So I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I do pre-wash. So I wash the leaves before I take the stems off, and then I wash them after I get everything cut up. So I wash them a few times, probably about 5 or 6 times, just to make sure that we remove all that dirt that comes from the ground. All right. So as you can see, these greens actually had some holes in it. I was like, man, they got ate up. But that's a good sign. That just shows that these greens are legit. Okay. It means that the bugs are eating it. That means that they must be really good. And I can vouch and tell you that these greens were amazing. All right, next we're going to take that bell pepper. You can choose whatever bell pepper you desire. I typically will go with a green bell pepper, but as of lately, I haven't been finding too many organic green bell peppers, so I chose this yellow one, which does the job just as well. And then we just cut these up into bite-sized pieces. Um, my family doesn't like the big chunks of bell pepper, so I try to cut them up small, so they can be discreet inside the greens. Again, this is one of those things that's going to layer that flavor, add more to that flavor profile, and just give you a good side dish recipe. So, yeah. And then after that, I'm going to go in and cut up that organic onion. I chose the red or purple onion, but you can choose any onion that you prefer. And I'm only going to use a little of the onion, not a whole onion, but just a little, just to add to that flavor profile. Again, we're adding layer upon layer of flavor to make these greens sopped up, if you will. Next, we're gonna go ahead and mince our garlic and set that to the side. And then you're going to add about 2 tablespoons of olive oil to your pan and add those chopped up vegetables to your pan so we can head over and get these nicely sauteed. So you want to saute these until they're a little bit translucent, not all the way down, but yeah, you're gonna saute until they're translucent. You can go ahead and add a pinch of sea salt here, as much as you like to taste. And then we're going to saute them down until they look a little translucent. And here, I like to go ahead and add that not chicken bouillon. This is where we add that nice savory flavor to our greens. 10 out of 10, highly recommend. And we're gonna let it melt down with our vegetables. And then we're gonna add those minced garlic to the pot. Saute those for about 30 seconds. You don't want to go too long because we don't want to burn that garlic. And then we're going to add our greens into the pot. Once you get the greens in, we're going to add about 3 to 4 cups of water. You don't want to add too much water, but just enough to kind of make sure that it's coated at the bottom. We're going to add our garlic and our onion powder. And I also like to add some smoked paprika just to give it that smoky flavor on the greens. And then I go in with some all-purpose seasoning. You can also add jerk seasoning as well. This will give it just another flavor profile that's really, really good. And then go in and add the rest of your greens on top of this season. And we're going to cook these things down for about a few hours. So I think about a couple of hours. I cook them on a medium low. And we add more water just to make sure that we can see the water. And we just cook these greens down and continue to stir periodically as they are cooking, just to make sure that each green gets coated with that flavor. This looks so good. All right, and then this final step, this right here, will take your greens up there, okay? And I put in about a cap full of vinegar. This is going to give it that nice, good old Southern home cooking flavor. So we go in with 1 cap and then just stir that up. And I usually put this in probably within the last 30 minutes or so of cooking your greens. And in order for me to see if I got my greens the right texture, I'll just kind of taste them just to see if they're, where I want them to be. And that is it, guys. You have a delicious home cooked Southern style collard green dish that you can pair with almost anything any day of the week. So I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. Let me know in the comments if you're going to try it. And I hope to see you guys on the next one. Shalom.